Your problem is not that you don't have whatever it takes to achieve your goals. The problem really is that you are unwilling to sacrifice all of the time and effort that are required to make them happen. The good and the bad news of life is that there are no shortcuts to mastery and greatness. And I say bad news because most people think of sacrifice and hard work over long periods of time as something uncomfortable that is to be avoided, but you don't have to see it that way. Because if you find something that is really worth doing, then think about it like you actually get the privilege of enjoying the process of learning and growing through doing it, by which you ultimately start to accomplish whatever it is that you're really working towards. Instead of seeing work as this heavy burden that you must carry through life in order to get to more desirable end results, imagine seeing work as the reward in and of itself. It's nice to relax and to enjoy the fruits of our labor, but I think that the idea of an eternal paradise without any effort or striving or discomfort goes very much against our true nature. Most of us would lose our minds if life was just all leisure and recreation all the time without any need for real work. It is through engagement with meaningful work, tedious as it may sometimes be, that we remember who we really are and what we are really capable of. This naturally leads to a buildup of our self-esteem and self-worth. The fact that life is so short should really serve as an ever-present reminder that there is no time to waste. The time is going to pass whether or not you make dedicated efforts towards creating a better life for yourself. If we perceive work and discipline as being painful, then it is clear that the reason we keep putting them off is because we are trying to postpone that pain in favor of today's comfort and leisure. But the problem is that today is yesterday's tomorrow, so we still have to face up to the problems that we have in our lives and the pain of not having already taken steps to adequately address them. We all have innate potentials and gifts to offer the world, but we have to commit ourselves to becoming the kinds of people who allow for those to develop and come forth from our being. Doing so is the greatest work that we can do. And when you find whatever that is for you, it will also be the most fulfilling and enjoyable. I think that one of our greatest follies is acting as though we are going to live forever. This causes us to believe that we can indefinitely defer the discomfort of discipline and focused effort, all while keeping ourselves eternally comfortable and contented today. But the bill comes due for everyone eventually. And by that, I really mean the dissatisfaction with the circumstances of one's life and the realization that we could be wealthier, healthier, and more successful, however we define all of that, if we were just willing to make the necessary changes that are not always easy to make. So instead of waiting to pay the bill in unfortunate and unexpected ways, it is far better to change the way that we think about work and learn how to fall in love with the process of becoming. Think about all of the wonderful things that you could create in your life if you start doing whatever it is that you know you really need to do. Think of all the pain, regret, and misfortune that you could avoid by taking consistent and focused action along those lines. This is all fuel that will propel you along the path to something better. If you are really committed to setting aside time each day to do the kinds of things that you know would improve you, such as going to the gym, writing, studying, reading, meditating, or whatever else it could be, those things will absolutely have a compounding effect if you stick to them consistently. Your own unique set of goals and values will help you to decide what is most important to stick with and what other kinds of things can be let go of that are really just a waste of time and don't actually serve your greater aims. If, however, we have a belief that all of our efforts are in vain, then it is no wonder that we will choose comfort and convenience over doing the kind of work that will eventually bring us real results. The real key here is to ask yourself if the things that you are pursuing are genuinely worth the time that is required to achieve them. For example, is studying diligently for years to earn a degree worth it if you are reasonably certain that it will open doors for you after graduation? On the flip side, imagine what will happen if you don't do that thing that you have in mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be going to school and earning a degree. Where do you really think that you'll be in 5 years if you don't finish that degree, or else find something else to learn by which you can earn a decent living? If you are not satisfied with the economic or career opportunities that are available to you with your current level of skill and education, then really ask yourself if the sacrifice of all that time and effort today is worth it to know that you can eventually be better off financially and in a more rewarding career or line of work. The things that you are both working towards and moving away from have got to sufficiently motivate you to move and to get to work. You may be sacrificing your time today, but what are you really missing out on? Most likely, it's things that are pleasurable and amusing, but that are really just distractions and vices that keep you stuck at the same level. Once you have finally had enough of settling for less than you are capable of, you will start to find the willingness to take actions that are aligned with the desired outcomes that you can envision for your life. Little by little, you will start to see the results of your efforts. It's important not to fall into the trap of giving up before you have given something a fair chance, and this is all about managing your expectations. If you don't expect overnight success, but realistically perceive that you will need to stay consistent with something for an extended period of time, whether that be weeks or months or years, then at least you know what to expect. That's not to say that you can't have unexpected gains and sudden breakthroughs sometimes, but unrealistic expectations can quickly take the wind out of our sails when things fail to materialize in that manner so suddenly. Life is meant to be lived and experienced, even all of the mundane and routine aspects of it. After all, what is the sense in wanting to rush through life when what ultimately awaits you is death? Learn how to fall in love with the process of becoming, and you will soon discover what being alive is really all about. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I also want to let you know that I do offer hypnosis services for those who would like more support on their journey of empowerment and becoming more self-actualized. So please click the link in the description of this video to learn more about how I can help you.